What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Airborne in-house, dropping you guys the latest and greatest cryptocurrency news and updates. What is today? January 21st, 2023. Today's video, we're going live, Saturday night live. I figured, I'd go live. It was a pretty green day today, but probably not going to get many people viewing this. I know there is the big New York Giants and Eagles football game tonight. And although I'm not a big football fan and I live near Philadelphia, that's pretty much what everyone's doing around this area, and I'm sure a lot of football fans are doing the same. But yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. Hopefully you guys are all having a great Saturday night. I'm drinking one of my favorites tonight. We got the Golden Monkey. It's a Belgian-style triple, 9.5%. Solid. But yeah, I'm just hanging out, having a good time tonight. So figured I'd go live instead of just make a regular static video. I'm just going to go through some of the some cryptos that I like, do a little bit of news and technical analysis on that. And if you guys have any questions or anything in the comments, feel free to right away, and I'll try to answer you guys throughout the video if I remember. But so yeah, smash that thumbs up button, guys, on your way in. Consider subscribing if you aren't. Turn on the bell notifications so you get notified as soon as I upload a video. The easiest thing that you guys can do to help support the channel, and I say this in all my videos, this is my passion. I love cryptocurrency, even though we are in a bear market. I think crypto is the future. And this is just something that I'm doing for myself to document. I can always look back on these videos in the future and just say that, hey, I was always early. But I mean, that is if YouTube's still going to be around in the future. But we're always looking for that next big up and coming thing with social media and cryptocurrency. And I know there's a whole bunch of different ones out there. There's Kavari that's built on MultiVersX, kind of a decentralized NFT platform. But I don't know. For right now, it's just YouTube. So take that. All right, we got Antonio. What's going on, man? How's it going? Happy Saturday. So I'm just going to jump right in right now, do a quick crypto market overview. And if you guys have any questions, feel free. Let's see. But yeah, Eagles game right now. Eagles are killing the Giants 21-0. Looks like there's about a minute and 36 seconds left in the second quarter, but not looking good for the Giants right now. So that's good for the Eagles if you guys are an Eagles fan. I know I went out to the grocery store earlier tonight. Everyone was all decked out in all the Eagles gear and all that type of stuff. I overheard some conversation, and this one guy was like, oh, yeah, he's like, I've been drinking all day, and oh, can't wait for the game tonight. And I saw a bunch of tailgate videos of people down by the stadium on Snapchat. So Eagles fans are pretty hardcore. I personally, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I grew up a Browns fan, but I'm not really a Browns fan anymore. I just don't really pay attention to NFL lately. I mean, I did as a kid, but it just doesn't. I just have better things to do, like look up crypto stuff. But it always is good to kind of get away from all that and just do something different. But yeah, 21-0. That's crazy. And I did put a poll out there if you guys want to join that poll of who you think is going to win. And there's only about 28 votes, but 60.7% of people think the Giants are going to win. So I have this ending around like 11:30 or midnight. So I'll update this poll. But man, Eagles are crushing it right now. Shout out to Mirthless Chud. He has a good coffee company that he started. I don't know if he has it on here, but Tall Texan Coffee. Go check his small business out. But he does some pretty good coffee brewing and all that type of stuff. I think he's got like whiskey barreled stuff I ordered, which is pretty solid. But go check out Mirthless Chud, Tall Texan Coffee Company. So here you guys have it. Let's see. Let me just refresh this. I don't think I've refreshed this in a while. It always glitches out here. So it looks like pretty neutral today. We are down about 0.30% the last 24 hours. We got Bitcoin is actually up about 0.86%. I think we went all the way up to a little over 23K today, but right now we're looking at about 22,813. ETH down about 2.1%, sitting at about $1,623. We got XRP down about 1.8%, and Cardano up about 0.8%, sitting at 37 cents, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. This is updated. Today is the 21st. So it's National Hugging Day today. National Squirrel Appreciation Day. We got Grandma's Day, International Sweatpants Day, Mariachi Day, Bakers, Crafters, and Makers Day, Cheesy Socks Day, a whole bunch of different things. Granola Bar Day, Hug Your Puppy Day, Max Day. Oh, man, there's a whole bunch today. One-Liners Day, Own Your Own Home Day, Playdate Day, Soup Swap Day, and Thank Your Mentor Day. So you guys have it for your January 21st holidays. Crypto bubbles. It looks like it's more of a sea of red the last 24 hours than green. Let's take a look at this past hour. Still looks like it's kind of red. Let's jump into my favorites right now. At least the last hour, all my favorites are all in the red. However, in the last 24 hours, we got ADA up about 2.4%, Bitcoin up 1.3%, and MultiVersX, formerly Elrond, up about 0.7%. Fear and Greed Index, 53, no change from yesterday, but it's good to see that this is finally coming back up. You know, a lot of people like to trade on the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. You could take a look at let's take a look at least the past year. So yeah, we've been pretty much in fear or extreme fear for well over a year right now, but you can see we're at these levels around that 50 time frame, which we haven't really even seen since, April 2022, where we had a little bit of run up here where it looked like 50s and 60s and all that. But like I said, the last year and a half or so, or over 400 days, I think it was, I'm going to talk about a tweet here. Bitcoin has just pretty much been in a downtrend. Total crypto market cap almost at 1 trillion, at least according to TradingView. It's always a little less. CoinGecko, I know, it's probably definitely going to be, it's going to say it's over $1 trillion, but we're looking at about $990 billion crypto market, getting back to that $1 trillion level. It's good to see. Looking at the RSI, at least on the 4-hour chart, we are a little bit overbought. Let's go back to the daily here. And I do have this massive falling wedge that we have been in, which we did break out since around the 13th of January. So it's good to see that we are above this this trend line, which is kind of would be used as a support if we were to have a little cool down here. And also on the 200-day moving average, we are above that on the daily. So that's good to see. I mean, we haven't been above the 200-day moving average since around January 6th of 2022. You guys can see here pretty much during the last bull run of 2021, we've been pretty much above it. Besides that time during, July 2021, where we had that little mini summer bear trend. But yeah, we're back up above this 200-day moving average. That's a good sign. Definitely a good sign to see. Bitcoin dominance. Obviously, Bitcoin's going up, so more people are into Bitcoin, less people are into alts. We're looking at about a 44.39% for the Bitcoin dominance. Are far away from the Ichimoku cloud. We've been far above it for quite a while, and there hasn't been a cool off. That's why a lot of people are saying this could be kind of a trap right now. And I mean, it wouldn't hurt to take profits. That's the hardest thing for people to do, is to take profits. So, just keep in mind, it can't go up forever. Bitcoin dominance of 4-hour, definitely overbought. If I go to the daily, probably going to definitely be way overbought as well, for sure. We're looking at around a 84-ish on the RSI. 200-day moving average. It's good to see that we're above that on Bitcoin dominance as well. Although we were above it back in July of 2022. Since like May to July, we were above it, but we were below it. It's good to see that we're back above it. But again, for Bitcoin dominance, if Bitcoin's pumping, that's usually when the alts are down. And whenever Bitcoin dominance is down, that's usually when the altcoins are up. Traditional market, obviously, it's the weekend. I don't know how Friday closed. I think it closed in the green. Pre-market is green for Monday, I guess. This is kind of the data. So traditional markets, keep an eye on that. Going along with that, I always say this in all my videos, you get the DXY, the US dollar currency index. Whenever the DXY is up, that's when the crypto and traditional markets are down, and vice versa. So obviously we've been in this massive downtrend. Let me just take a measure move right here from, we potentially could have peaked out for the US dollar currency index around the 28th of September. So that down to where we're at is down about 11.41%. It's been about 116 days that we've been in a downtrend for the DXY. And also I did have an Elliott wave pattern drawn out here. I mean, it's been pretty much in a parabolic uptrend, the US dollar currency index, since around that June 2021 timeframe. Peaked out. We could be in like kind of an ABC corrective pattern here. But as long as the DXY is down, that's when the crypto and traditional markets are up. So below the 200-day moving average for the DXY. And look at that. We have not been below the 200-day moving average since about April 2021 to about June 2021. So we were under it here. We've been above it pretty much in the whole parabolic uptrend. We went below that 200-day moving average around the 1st of December. So again, if you guys want to see the crypto markets continue to go up, you're going to want to see the US dollar currency index to go down. And I've put out a bunch of different charts out there, different tweets of people comparing the Bitcoin charts to the US dollar currency index. And whenever that DXY is up, that's when we've been in that massive downtrend, and vice versa. If you go compare the Bitcoin chart to the 2021 bull run, that's basically when the entire crypto markets were mooning. So that's just another thing to look at, is that US dollar currency index. Who we got here? We got Sanpel Gringo. Hey, bud, just joined. Can you do a quick cover on Aptos? I've never heard of Aptos. Give me a little bit of background about it. I can look it up here at the end if you remind me. Bullish on Bitcoin. Yeah, that's very debatable. Or we'll talk about that here in a second. But some people, it's always crazy. Everyone's like, "Oh, this is a trap." You know, we're gonna keep going down. There's gonna be a massive downtrend here at about 15K, something like that. Or who knows, this could be the next leg up. There's lots of different scenarios that are playing out right now. You got lots of people thinking, if you look at the Elliott wave pattern that we just bottomed out a couple weeks ago, for that Elliott wave pattern to the 4, before you have a massive uptrend to the level 5, or the Elliott wave pattern 5. You look at Norris Digital Assets, who I do follow. He still believes in that maybe 2023 we could see around $100,000 to $123,000 Bitcoin. I mean, granted, you do have different geopolitical and macroeconomics going on, so it's different. And again, you have another person, Jim Cramer. I believe he's like one of the dudes from CSNBC or NBC, one of those the fake news networks, investment dude. But there's always, whenever Jim Cramer puts out something, you do the opposite. I think there's a guy called the Inverse Cramer, not the Bitcoin conference, this handle, but there's another one that I saw. But apparently, Bitcoin's been up 30% since Jim Cramer put out this tweet. Good chance again to get out of crypto and scale out. So he said it here, and Bitcoin's gone up about 30%. So it's always kind of funny. It's kind of like people use him as an indicator. It's pretty crazy, because whatever he says, people do the opposite, and they're usually right. The other thing, which I previously mentioned, is that Bitcoin has finally broke the 400-day downtrend right now. You can see since the top that we had in November of 2021, there's this trend line that has been used as pretty much a resistance, but we are now finally above it. You can take a look here on the daily. We got the 8th of November of 2021. This trend line here, again, we have been in a massive falling wedge as well. You can adjust this line to this point right here, where we broke out of that falling wedge here around the 11th of January. But even if you move this line up to this, 28th March of 2022, and you extend it, we're still kind of in a big falling wedge, but we are above that falling wedge, which is historically a bullish pattern. So that is definitely a good sign for Bitcoin. Over the last year, it's been, 400 days downtrend that we have seen. For Bitcoin right now to be above this is really, really bullish. I hate to sound so have too much hopium or whatever, but again, as long as we can stay above this trend line and this falling wedge, this trend line right here can now act as a support. But again, we are way, 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 way overbought here on the RSI, at least on the daily. We are at like a 91.30. So again, I would not be surprised if we start to see a cool off here over the next week or so, and see us come back towards this Ichimoku cloud right here. But again, we'll be back in that falling wedge. But hopefully that we can use this trend line here, this 22,100, kind of as a new support for Bitcoin, where we continue a nice leg up. So that's just something to look at. Obi-Wan, Aptos is VC garbage, Solana V2. I'll take Kramer. Yeah, I'll take a little bit of insight from Obi. He's been on the channel multiple times, but yeah, Aptos is VC garbage, Solana V2, according to him. Yeah, Jim Cramer. Definitely Jim Cramer. All right, next thing we have is Cardano. So it's hard to keep up with all of these projects. Like, I have a handful of things that I'm in. Ultimately, my main now is Bitcoin. My second alt, Bitcoin is Bitcoin, but my primary alt that I'm in right now, or one of them, is Cardano. It's one of my OGs. Back in the last bull run or bear market, all I was Bitcoin and Cardano. I made quite a bit of in Cardano in 2021, although I haven't been paying much attention to it, but I've kind of moved my portfolio around. I'm just pretty much Bitcoin, and I'm starting to get big back into Cardano. But next month in February, Cardano is going to be having a nice upgrade. It's going to have new built-in functions into Plutos, the smart contract programming language for Cardano blockchain. Gets a little techie here, a little bit too developy here. I'll kind of skim through it. I like to keep things stupid simple on my channel, but to support the ECDSA and Schnorr cryptographic signatures to make it easier for developers to build cross-chain apps. So I know Cardano wants to be another interoperable blockchain where you can build on it, be cross-chain compatible, all that type of stuff. Different blockchains use different cryptographic signature methods, such as ECDSA and Schnorr signatures, which that's way beyond my level. Cardano uses the Edwards curve digital signature algorithm. And then, like I said, this gets a little too techy, but apparently this upgrade is going to bring greater interoperability and secure cross-chain dApp development to Cardano, making it easier for developers to work with other blockchains. Developers would otherwise need to spend extra time, effort, and funds to implement ECDSA and Schnorr over the SECP elliptic curves in Plutus, increasing potential security risks and using an unrealistic amount of resources. So what else? Preparations have been underway for the time across the entire Cardano ecosystem. Positive results from integration testing. So the technology is now being close to being deployed in Cardano mainnet. 80% block producing nodes running the required node. Exchanges have already been notified of the upgrade, and dApp developers have been polled to ensure compatibility. Upgrades scheduled tentatively for February 14th, 2023. So just in a few weeks, we're going to be potentially seeing the mainnet launch of this upgrade, which is very good. Another very bullish thing. I know Cardano does get a lot of hate because it's very slow moving, and there's other blockchains out there that are faster transactions and whatnot. And it's a whole debate you can go on with that. Another thing, like I said, with the developers and the developments, GitHub activity. And this fluctuates obviously daily and whatnot, but Cardano, just within the last 18 hours or so, was number one. Polkadot, status, Filecoin, Internet Computer. Another one that I'm starting to dig my feet into, do a lot more research on. I know Internet Computer has been number one, but during the bear market, you always want to keep an eye on who's building on it. If these projects are dead and people are into these cryptos during a bear market, there's got to be something on these blockchains or within these cryptocurrencies that they see, that these developers see. So according to GitHub, again, Cardano, and I think within the last week or two, I've been seeing tweets and data that it has been, number one, or at least within the top 10. So people and developers are building on Cardano. I mean, I can't really speak for the other ones. I don't really know too much about the other ones, but that's just another thing to think about during a bear market is where's the development activity, and Cardano is one of them. Taking a look at a little bit of technical analysis. Again, I'm by no means technical analysis expert or anything. I do just know the basics. I'm all self-taught. I know the basic patterns and movements and all that type of stuff. But just like Bitcoin, just like the total crypto market cap, Cardano has been in a massive falling wedge here. And again, just like Bitcoin, we are above this trend line in this falling wedge. So we broke through this as a resistance, and now we're currently above it. So look for at least the around 35.82 cent, current level for Cardano to have this as a potential resistance line right here, or a support line. I always screw that up. But when you take a look, another resistance that we have is that 200-day moving average. It still has yet to see this 200-day moving average being broke, which looks like it is around just over 40 cents right here. We have not been above the 200-day moving average for Cardano on the daily since around that 16 November 2021, where we saw the Bitcoin all-time high. So again, even though we are starting to slowly break out of this massive falling wedge for Cardano, we are above it, which is bullish. But again, I'm not going to get too bullish until we get above that 200-day moving average. We are definitely overbought on the RSI on the daily for Cardano. Little bit over... wouldn't say it too far away from the Ichimoku cloud, but yeah. All right. Let's see. What do we got next? So that's it for Cardano. I tried to find a little bit of news for some of the coins that I was going to go over here. But again, I'm not, it's just hard to keep up nowadays with work and everything. But, if you have an investment, it is definitely a good thing that you're paying attention to that investment and what projects, what's going on with it, just so you know if you want to buy or sell. Just depends on the person. Some people like to buy and sell, or day traders. Other people just do their research, throw money into it, dollar cost average or value average. I forget, what is it? Dollar value average. I forget what it is. Obi, you know what it is. There's dollar cost average, and then I forget what the other ones, but there's two different ways you can do it. It just depends on the type of investor that you guys are. All right, next one I have is MultiVersX, or formerly Elrond. Again, I haven't been paying too much attention to what's been going on, but apparently stable swaps are coming to MultiVersX, something called Ash Swap, which is going to happen around the February 17th timeframe for the mainnet launch. Again, I haven't done too much research on this, but it is Ash Swap, which is the very first decentralized exchange following stable swap model on MultiVersX. So ashswap.io. I haven't even gone to check this out yet, but let's just take a look at it. 26 days, 13 hours. Really can't see too much right now. It looks like they haven't, obviously haven't deployed it. I don't know if there's a test net, but looks like they do have Vash. Maybe that's kind of their native currency that they're using, obviously, for their whatever token, and you can stake it here, do whatever. But again, this is one of the things coming to MultiVersX next week. Other than that, I mean, I tried to just kind of like search briefly within the crypto Twitter space to see if there was anything crazy going on. I know the CEO here, Ben, one of the best engineering lectures on GPT, build and train GPT from scratch. Awesome video exercise by Andrej. But again, hour and 56 minutes. I don't have the time to deep dive this, but I know a lot of people are still building on MultiVersX. It's kind of one of those sleeper chains, in my opinion. Although they did rebrand to this MultiVersX, and I'm not too entirely sure how I feel about with the new Meyer X wallet and all the energy thing and all that. It's a little too complex for me. And, you guys know me. I like to keep things stupid simple. But again, we have, still things coming for MultiVersX. I still think there's a lot bullish things that will happen on this blockchain in the future. So taking a look at Elrond, MultiVersX, again, similar to a lot of the other cryptocurrencies and blockchains, we do have this trend line here. This goes back to the Bitcoin all-time high. Just put this trend line here. We are above it. We only hit this once. We tried to hit it here around the 27th of March. Let's see, Saturday, the 5th of November. We broke out of it a little bit. But again, if you guys zoom in here on the daily, we have closed above this trend line going back to the all-time high of Bitcoin, which I could now potentially see this as a support line for MultiVersX. So keep this in mind that, what is this, around $39.74. If we start to retrace here, look for it to just continue to bounce off this this trend line here. Again, 200-day moving average. It looks like we haven't breached that yet. Again, we haven't. It looks like we did breach it briefly back in the 12th of February, 2022. But again, we haven't been above it since pretty much 2021 when we had the all-time high for Bitcoin. So again, I won't be too bullish on MultiVersX until we can bust through this Ichimoku cloud and get back above this 200-day moving average, which looks like it's probably going to be around that $50 mark for MultiVersX. So it's still got, $8 or so away, but with any massive pump from Bitcoin, that could definitely easily happen. RSI on the daily for MultiVersX definitely overbought, just similar to a lot of other cryptocurrencies since we've had a nice little run up the last 2 weeks or so. So there you have it for MultiVersX. All right. Appreciate that, Sanpel Gringo. Get my sub. I hope your channel grows, man. Hey, man, if it grows, it grows. I'm here just to document my journey. I'm not the smartest person in the room, but I do like to keep things stupid simple and, document being able to look back on this one day. And it's definitely really hard during this bear market. I barely get any views, barely any likes. It is what it is. I'm not making much being monetized right now. It's crazy because my channel did get monetized at the end of 2021. And that month was the best month. I made like $200, I think, in December of 2021. But that was when it was during the very end of the bull market and everyone was into crypto and people were just looking up everything and, it comes. So, we're in a bear market now, but I'm just going to stick with it, try to keep up to date with what's going on, putting out at least one video a week. I'll try to go live at least once a week or twice a week. I did a Thirsty Thursdays. It was real fun with a lot of old VGX heroes from the Voyager community that I'm in. And we have a Signal group. I have a lot of people that like to come on from there, or at least try to come on. But I just try to keep it real for you guys. I'm real blunt when it comes to things. I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't have any paid advertisements, any of that type of stuff. So appreciate that sub, bro. All right, moving on towards the next cryptocurrency that I am mining behind me is Nervos Network, CKB. So not much that I could really find about Nervos. And again, it's so hard for me to keep up with what's going on. But apparently, at least a couple days ago, a week ago, that CKB crossed 9 million blocks minted. And I'm happy to be a part of that. I have 9 CK boxes here that I've been mining nonstop for over a year. Granted, I'm not in much profit right now, but I'm continuing to just stack from my crypto mining. And then I put it into my non-custodial wallets. And I stake that into my Neuron wallets, where I'm making anywhere between 1.5% to 2% for those staking rewards, because CKB Nervos Network is kind of a hybrid train, proof of work, proof of stake type of blockchain. They're all about interoperability. I still think this reminds me of like an early Cardano. They're real slow, but there's a very good big community behind it. It's just another project that I continue to believe in. They also just recently launched around that January 12th timeframe a CKB Community Fund DAO. So starting today on January 12th, they have about 276 million CKB available to builders and educators to create new projects, tools, events, and educational materials, all governed through the user's CKB locked on the Nervos DAO, which I was talking about. So that's kind of good to see. I don't exactly know what this is, because I got with Six Figs. If you guys know me, he's pretty active in the CKB community, as well as ICP. He has a grant through them to produce content. He's a content curator. This is kind of sounding like this is what it is. And I got to look into it, because I like CKB, and why not make a little bit of extra CKB just putting out content, which is kind of what I'm already doing. So who wouldn't want to do something like that? But again, they have this. So if you are a builder, educator, I think developer, I guess there's a whole different article or whole article right here that you could go over. Giving back to CKB builders. I'm not going to go into this. Looks like it's a whole page that you could go over. But again, they do have that, which is pretty bullish to see for CKB Nervos Network. You got Six Figs popping up here in his videos. But again, one of the altcoins that I'm holding on to. Like I said, there's only a handful that I'm still in right now, even during the bear market. But I'm stacking now, hoping that during the next bull market or whenever that is, that this coin pumps up and I'll cash out a little bit. We'll see. Depends. All right, CKB, a little bit of technical analysis. Let me just plot that trend line going back to the same November all-time high of Bitcoin. So I guess you can kind of move this trend line around a little bit here. Yeah, so it looks to me that we are above this trend line here, which looks similar to a lot of the other cryptocurrencies that I looked at. Again, 200-day moving average, just like MultiVersX, we haven't breached it yet. It looks like we have wicked above it here for CKB. This looks like we may have kind of a symmetrical triangle forming, kinda, at least on the daily. I don't know, but we are far away from the Ichimoku cloud. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a nice little retracement back to the downside again, with everything being overbought in Bitcoin, the crypto market. We could see a nice little retrace here, maybe using this trend line as a support. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 0.00276 if we head back down towards this Ichimoku cloud. Again, we definitely overbought for CKB, but again, I wouldn't be bullish on CKB until we get back up above that 200-day moving average. But again, everything goes back to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is king, the rest of the altcoin and the cryptocurrency market is going to move with it. So there you guys have it for CKB Nervos Network. Are you guys into CKB Nervos Network? Let me know down in the comments below. Earth Angel, CKB, what's going on? What's going on? All right, last thing I'm going to talk about is Internet Computer. Again, I don't have too much data on this right now or too much news. But I did find this ICP Squad Twitter page where they do say that they are the #1 source of internet computer intel, news and resources that will take you from ICP newbie to kingpin so you can start stacking. They do have a website here called coinhustle.com, which I guess they have a bunch of different articles, everything talking about ICP. And again, you can get in debate about this, how ICP had too much VC funding back on the early on days. But again, it goes all the way back to FTX, shorted them during the project and they rugged everything. But again, that was, I don't really know too much about that. I know Six Figs did a whole video on that, but there is a very big, strong community with internet computer. And I like I said, I'm doing a lot of research on this, and I do like how they do have their own nodes where you can build on, unlike a lot of these other cryptocurrencies that use AWS, Amazon Web Services, that they build on, just like Ethereum. So if they wanted to shut down AWS, there goes your Ethereum. I mean, it just depends on nodes. Or ICP, you have your own chain. You could do whatever you want pretty much on it, and nobody can shut it down. So it kind of truly is decentralized. So looking at a little bit of technical analysis on ICP here, going back to, you could see how this is all that when the FTX thing happened. And man, I think it was like $599, and then boom, it dipped all the way down to like $26. And it's pretty much, if it looks, you look at technical analysis, it's just been in a massive downtrend. But again, here's that trend line. Not going quite back to the November 2021 Bitcoin all-time high, but this high point here, 6th of September, when ICP was around $82. Been in a massive downtrend since, but around this 10th January 2023, we have been in an uptrend, at least on the daily. So that's good to see. 200-day moving average, it looks like we are just touching it right now. We're wicking above it. So it's good to see that we're eventually, hopefully, going to break through this 200-day moving average for internet computer here, at least on the daily. I did kind of chart out, which looks like to me an Elliott wave pattern, like a 1, 2, 3 we could be hitting right now. Again, like a lot of these other coins that I'm talking about, we are pretty overbought in all of them. We're far away from the Ichimoku cloud. So at least for internet computer in this Elliott wave pattern, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a break to the downside to complete this 4 pattern, maybe down to the $4.50 mark for internet computer before maybe blasting back up to $9 or so. I mean, you can just like kind of look at the resistances we have up here. It looks like around $8, about $8 to $8.80 is probably the next heavy resistance for internet computer. But again, just keeping an eye on a small little Elliott wave pattern on the daily here that could potentially be playing out. But yeah, here's that coinhustle.com. Like I was saying, there's so many different articles that you guys can see here from different people that wrote about it. I know Six Figs, obviously he's a content curator for ICP, but he is heavily involved. Go give him a follow if you guys are interested into that. And again, like I said, I'm gonna try to get into more videos about internet computer and just, do your own research. Make sure that whatever cryptocurrency coin that you're investing into has the tokenomics. There's, a whole bunch of different things that you can look at, community, tokenomics, the initial token supply. There's a whole bunch of different things to look at before, you invest into something. But again, like I said, I'm just some dude on the internet, not financial advice. Just make your own decisions. That's pretty much all I've done. I don't have a mentor or anything like that. But that's going to do it for me, guys. About 33 minutes in. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys want to give me a follow on Twitter at @crypto_airborne, where I do have the latest and greatest tweets and updates. That's where I usually post right before I go live, or if I upload a video, that's the first place I will post. But again, turn on those bell notifications on YouTube. So right after I click upload, you'll get that notification to when I'm going to video premiere or when I'm going to go live. Truly appreciate all the support from you guys. And yeah, 10:04. Let's take a look at the game real quick. Man, 28-0 now. So it looks like we're back in the third quarter for the Eagles. Doesn't look good for the Giants unless they pull something out here in the third and fourth quarter. It looks like the Eagles will be moving on to the next game here in the playoffs. So, yeah. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. I'm going to finish up my Gold Monkey here and just try to catch up on crypto and all the YouTube content that I usually do every night. So, again, guys, appreciate it. Smash that thumbs up button on your way out. Consider subscribing if you aren't. Turn on the bell notifications so you get notified as soon as I upload a video. Have a good one, everyone, or good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at. Crypto Airborne, out.